In a wild field in southern Africa, a male and female lion had lived freely for many years. They often hunted together, roaming across vast grasslands without stopping. However, life became increasingly harsh as the climate changed. Water sources dried up and prey gradually became scarce. Therefore, the two lions decided to leave their old territory to find a new, safer place to live. They crossed hundreds of kilometers, facing hunger and dangerous encounters with other predators. Every night, the male lion stood guard while the female lion took the opportunity to rest and regain her strength. After many weeks, they followed the scent of fresh water and wild animals to Makado National Park. This place is famous as one of the largest reserves in South Africa, with vast grasslands and a rich ecosystem. Upon arrival, both lions immediately sniffed the surroundings to find a place to hide. They saw patrol cars, guard posts, and fences, but could not fully understand what they were. At that time in Makado National Park, two staff members, Sifo and Namsa, began to notice the presence of two strange guests. Sifo was an experienced patrol driver, often traveling across the savannah to check on the animals. Namsa was a seasoned animal observer, carefully recording any changes in the reserve. Both were surprised to witness large lion footprints appearing near the central river. They decided to monitor from a distance to ensure that the newly arrived lion pair did not encounter any mishaps. In the early days, the male lion often roared in the middle of the night to mark his territory. The female lion had not yet adapted to the new environment, so at times she seemed uneasy and moved around constantly. Sifo and Namsa silently observed, recording all signs of their health and behavior. Although the lions looked tired, they were still strong enough to hunt small prey, such as antelopes or hares. Namsa noticed that the female lion moved slowly at times, suspecting that she might be pregnant. Sifo agreed as he saw that the male lion protected the female lion more carefully than usual. Both were nervous yet hopeful, knowing that if the female lion was pregnant, it would be good news for conservation efforts. After 4 months, the female lion's symptoms were obvious. Her belly was visibly larger and her gait became heavier. Sifo began to prepare basic medical equipment in case of an emergency. Meanwhile, Namsa meticulously recorded the female lion's resting times, eating habits, and the male lion's mood. Everyone in Makado National Park hoped that the female lion would give birth smoothly. However, a bad situation arose when the female lion had difficulty giving birth. She was in pain for 2 days. Both lions moved around restlessly. The female lion kept moaning, while the male lion paced around as if extremely worried. Realizing the critical situation, Sifo and Namsa feared that the female lion might not survive without timely support. However, using anesthesia on her was impossible, as she was about to give birth. Anesthetizing the male lion might also cause the female to panic or flee, worsening the situation. Sifo and Namsa decided to rely on their courage and professional instincts to approach the two lions. They drove closer, carefully observing whether the male lion showed signs of aggression. Seeing the car approach, the male lion roared loudly, his mane standing on end in alertness. The lioness remained lying there in pain, unable to move much, whimpering softly with each contraction. Namsa whispered to Sifo that they had to act quickly, or the lioness might collapse at any moment. Sifo agreed, slowly stepping out of the car, his eyes never leaving the lions. Namsa followed closely, holding the medical equipment, including an injection to assist with the birthing process. The two humans and two lions stood in the middle of the vast grassland, closer than ever. The male lion growled, stepping forward to protect his mate, but he did not immediately attack. Perhaps he sensed that they meant no harm, but only wanted to help. Namsa slowly approached, using a gentle voice to reassure the lioness. Sifo stood as support, ready to retreat if things became tense. Gradually, the lioness seemed to understand. Her eyes softened, allowing Namsa to touch her belly. Namsa quickly administered the birth aid injection, giving the lioness more strength for labor. The male lion roared softly and stepped closer but did not attack. The two staff members retreated slightly, waiting for the medicine to take effect. Nearly 2 hours later, after intense contractions, a tiny lion cub was born, filling the moment with indescribable emotion. The male lion approached, licking his cub, while the female lion, panting with exhaustion, gazed at her newborn with joy. Sifo cheered softly when he saw the lion cub move and let out a weak cry. Namsa quickly checked to ensure the cub had no serious deformities. She even administered a tonic to help the female lion recover faster. The male lion looked back at them, as if silently thanking them. Sifo and Namsa stepped back, giving the lion family space. On the ground, the cub struggled but appeared strong in his mother's embrace. The lioness gently licked her baby, purring softly in welcome. Sitting in their car, the two staff members observed the sacred moment, their hearts filled with happiness. They decided to name the male lion Koda, the female lion Leia, and the cub Mosi. Koda symbolized bravery, Leia represented hope, and Mosi signified a new beginning. After ensuring that Leia was stable, Sifo started the car while Namsa continued watching the lion family. The vehicle slowly drove away, leaving Koda, Leia, and Mosey together in the golden afternoon light. On the way back to the station, Namsa wiped away her tears, her heart swelling with pride for saving a precious life. Sifo smiled, saying this was an unforgettable moment in his career at Mankato National Park. Everyone in the reserve was overjoyed to hear that Leia had given birth safely. The next day, as Sifo and Namsa patrolled the area, they saw Koda and Leia standing on a grassy slope, watching the car. Mosey, still too young, trotted around his mother's feet, occasionally glancing up curiously. The male lion no longer growled at the sight of humans, as if a bond of trust had been established. Namsa believed that Koda's family would continue to thrive under Mikado's protection. Sifo recorded the day of Mosey's birth as a milestone in his journal. They both felt deeply moved, recalling the moment the lioness had accepted their help. The story of Koda, Leia, and Mosey became a testament to the connection between humans and wild animals. Every time the patrol car appeared, the lion family turned their heads as if to express their silent gratitude. Koda growled softly, Leia licked her cub, and Mosey grew stronger each day. The entire Mankato Reserve took pride in this event, affirming that conservation efforts always bring miracles. Though Sifo and Namsa continued their daily work, they never forgot the unforgettable moment when they saved Leia. They understood that every life is precious and that humans can play a role in preserving the wild world. As time passed, Mosey grew up, learning to hunt with his mother and roaring alongside his father. Koda remained majestic, always standing by Leia's side, while Leia, though now a mother, remained as resilient as ever. Under the rising sun, the lion family rested peacefully, a beautiful sight on the vast grassland. When Sifo and Namsa's car approached, Koda merely glanced at them before calmly continuing his watch. Every time, Namsa smiled, remembering the hardships the lions had endured. Sifo felt honored to have earned the trust of these magnificent creatures. Thanks to their efforts, a precious life had been saved and a lion family remained intact. The story spread throughout the reserve, inspiring young conservationists. Everyone hoped that Koda, Leia, and Mosey would one day expand their pride in Mankato. Though many challenges lay ahead, faith and courage would help humans and nature coexist. As the sun set, the male lion roared, a reminder of the stormy days behind them. Leia licked Mosey, continuing to nurture a new life filled with hope. Sifo and Namsa returned to the sanctuary, their hearts filled with joy. They knew that whenever they returned, the lion family would still greet them with familiar eyes. The night wind carried the scent of wild grass and the echoes of nature's song. There in his mother's embrace, Mosey slept peacefully, while Koda stood watch, ensuring their safety. And so every time they saw the sanctuary's vehicle, Koda, Leia, and Mosey would turn their heads, as if to say a silent thank you.